namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam dhiraye nashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistike. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, The Residents of Jambudvip Offer Prayers, text number 39. So we see that Pramatya Daityam Prativaranam Hriday Yomam Rasaya Jagadadi Sukara Kritva Shre Niraga Dudanvata Kridaniveva Pranatasmitam Vibhum Pramadhyadaityam Prativaranam Hriday Yomam Rasaya Jagadadi Sukara Kritva Shre Niragadu Danvata Kridan Iveva Pranatasmitam Vibhum Pramadhyadaityam Prativaranam Hriday. Why Mride? Mride. Okay. Yomam Rasaya Jagadadi Sukara Kritva Kradam Shre Niragadu Danvata Kridan Niveba Pranatasmitam Vibhum. Last में iti is this is what they spoke. Okay. Pramatyadaitam Prativaranam Hriday Yomam Rasaya Jagadadi Sukara Kritva Gradam Shre Niragadu Danvataha Kridam Nivebha Pranatasmitam Vibhum Pramadhyadaitam Prativaranam Hriday Yomam Rasaya Jagadadi Sukara Kritva Gadam Shre Niragadu Danvata Kridan Viveka Pranatasmitam Vibhum. Okay, word meaning? Pramatya, after killing, Daityam, the demon, Prativaranam, most formidable opponent, Mride, in the fight, Yaha, he who, Mam, me, the earth, Rasayaha, fallen to the bottom of the universe, Jagat, in this material world, Adisukaraha, the original form of a boar, Kritva, keeping it, Agratam Shre, on the end of the tusk, Niragat, came out of the water, Udanvataha, from the Garbhodaka ocean, Kridan, playing, Iva, like, Ibah, elephant, Pranatasmi, I bow down, Tam, to him, Vibhum, the Supreme Lord, Iti, thus. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My Lord, as the original boar within this universe, you fought and killed the great demon Hiranyaksha. Then you lifted me, the earth, from Garbhodaka ocean on the end of your tusk, exactly as a sporting elephant plucks a lotus flower from the water. I bow down before you. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purport of 5th canto, 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Prayers offered to the Lord by the residents of Jambudvipa. So we will read two more slokas to know where we have purport. There is a nice chapter summary is there, so which describes um, in this chapter basically two islands are spoken about, that is Kim Purusha Varsha and then Bharata Varsha. So in Kim Purusha Varsha, the chief personality who's worshipped is Lord Ramachandra, and then it's worshipped by Hanuman. And then in the um, like in the Bharata Varsha, so there is Narada Muni is there, and then Savarni Manu is there, and they worship here in the chapter summary. It is not mentioned, but they worship the Naranarayan Rishi. So that is, these are the two things that are mentioned, and then glories of Bharata Varsha. So that is mentioned in this particular chapter. So first shloka, Shri Shuka Uvacha Kim Purushe Varshe Bhagavantam Adi Purusham Lakshmanagrajam Sithabhiramam Ramam Tat Charana Sannikarshabhiratah Parama Bhagavato Hanuman Saha Kim Purushair I Avirata Bhakti Rupasate. Srila Shukadeva Goswami said, My dear king, in Kumpurusha Varsha, the great devotee Hanuman is always engaged with the inhabitants of the land in devotional service to Lord Ramachandra, the elder brother of Lakshmana and dear husband of Sita Devi. Arshtishenena Saha Gandharvair Anugiyamananam Parama Kalyanin Bratru Bhagavan Katham Samupashrunoti Swayam Chedam Gayati. A host of Gandharvas is always engaged in chanting the glories of Lord Ramachandra. That chanting is always extremely auspicious. Hanumanji and Arshtisena, the chief person in Kim Purusha Varsha, constantly hear those glories with complete attention. Hanuman chants the following mantras. Purport. In the Puranas, there are two different opinions concerning Lord Ramachandra. In Laghu Bhagavatamrita 5:34 to 36, it is confirmed in the description of the incarnation of Manu, Vasudevadi Rupanam Avatara Prakirtitah Vishnu Dharmottare Rama Lakshmanadhya Kramadami Padme tu Rama Bhagavan Narayana Itirata Sesha Chakram Cha Shankascha क्रमाद्स्युर् लक्ष्मणादयः मध्ये देशे स्थिता योध्या पुरेश्य वसति स्मृता महावैकुण्ठलोके च राघवेन्द्रस्य कीर्तिता. The Vishnu Dharmottara describes that Lord Ramachandra and his brothers Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrughna are incarnations of Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha respectively. The Padma Purana, however, says that Lord Ramachandra is an incarnation of Narayana and that the other three brothers are incarnations of Shesha, Chakra, and Shankha. Therefore, Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan has concluded, Tam idam kalpa vede naiva sambhavyam. In other words, these opinions are not contradictory. In some millenniums, Lord Ramachandra and his brothers appear as incarnations of Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, and in other millenniums, they appear as incarnations of Narayana, Sesha, Chakra, and Shankha. The residence of Lord Ramachandra on this planet is the residence of Lord Ramachandra on this planet is Ayodhya. Ayodhya city is still existing in the district of Hyderabad. This is a different Hyderabad, which is situated on the. Huh? ऐसा क्या इधर हैदराबाद लिखा है which is situated on northern side of Uttar Pradesh. ठीक आपका हैदराबाद शिफ्ट हो गया ठीक है ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So here we have in the previous chapter, Bhumi Devi is praying to Lord Varahadev. So that is in which Varsha? Huh? Kuru Varsha, and Varahadev is being worshipped by Bhumi Devi herself. Huh? Who's the worshippers? Bhumi Devi herself. Okay. So it's a nice remembrance of the pastime of Lord Varaha, the original boar. And so when the Bhumandala was thrown into the Garbhodaka ocean, so then the Lord rescued it by his tusk. So in two different occasions this happens. One is in the beginning of the creation also this is there, and then another is when Hiranyaksha, when he actually put this whole thing into the Garbhodaka ocean. So that time also the Lord lifts the earth, and Mother Earth is very, very grateful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he appeared and he rescued Mother Earth, and she is offering her obeisances towards Lord Varahadev. And in this section that we saw, in Kim Purusha Varsha. So Kim Purusha, so this word itself is Kim Purusha. Kim means like question. No, are they humans? No, like that. So Kim Purusha means are they humans? So like Hanumanji, like these Vanaras, they appear almost like humans, but then they are like not actually humans. So this is they reside in a loka called or the place called Kim Purusha Varsha. So and in that the great devotee Hanuman is always engaged with the inhabitants of the land in devotional service to Lord Ramachandra, the elder brother of Lakshmana and dear husband of Sita Devi. So we see that one amazing thing that we can see is that in all tracts of land, it is well documented that devotional service was existing. So without devotional service, so nothing can actually exist at all. So in later point in time in this chapter, we will see Bharatavarsha is glorified because of presence of Varnashrama Dharma. So Varnashrama Dharma in its full. So, but in other places, no, the Varnashrama Dharma in its full no may not exist, because in the higher, so other places are considered to be almost equal to heaven, or like little more evolved places or little more degraded places. No, that's how the other divisions are there. So here in the Bharatavarsha is place where Varnashrama Dharma is, people can practice Varnashrama Dharma in its full, right from Shudra to Brahmana to everybody, like all classes of people are there. And proper execution of Varnashrama Dharma is possible in the Bhuloka. And in some places it is also mentioned that, so even if one goes to the higher planetary systems, so it is better for him to come to the Bhuloka, and from there, like he can actually ascend to the spiritual world very easily. And it is also mentioned that even residents of Brahmaloka, so they also like with great relish. It is mentioned that even in the topmost planet of this universe, Brahmaloka, the position of Bharatavarsha is discussed with great relish. So this is the position of Bharatavarsha. So, and it is another thing that is mentioned is no, even if sometimes the Varnashrama seems to be like destroyed, so like still it can be reinstated without much difficulty. So that is also mentioned. So where is that? Somewhere I read, anyways. So like it is this place, Bharatavarsha is meant for practice of Varnashrama Dharma, and so in that way, the people can actually make their this one advancement into Krishna consciousness, and they can take up to intense form of Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead. So like one nice thing that we can infer is that every place there is facility for practicing Krishna consciousness. Lord had deputed so some nice devotees who can inspire others to practice devotional service. And in every form of worship, may it be like karma yoga, jnana yoga, or whatever yoga, so in everywhere there is devotional service is must. Without practicing devotional service, there is no question of any yoga system being alive, or there is no question of any place being even existing. So in fact, the condition for bringing about pralaya is that like nobody is there executing any devotional service. So then there is no point in maintaining that school, where no teacher is there and no no like culture of knowledge is there. So then it is like completely destroyed. So this is the point, that devotional service is the life-giving factor of any place or any process. So devotional service is mandatory to be performed by everybody. And like here he's mentioned that everyone is engaged in Hanuman is engaged in devotional service along with everyone unto the service of Lord Ramachandra, and he is described as elder brother of Lakshmana, and he is described also as dear husband of Sita Devi. So this is now we see that the conception of Lord is that he is the all, like he's the personality who possesses all the opulences, and he has the spiritual potency in his control, or in his service, and then all the expansions, all the things that we are doing, or all the things that we are able to see, everything actually comes from that Supreme Lord, and that kind of a Supreme Lord I actually worship. So Kanishta Adhikaris, they have the idea that Supreme Lord is like just the deity present in the temple. So and so they also have a conception of the Lord. And then like Madhyam Adhikaris, they have a little better conception of the Lord, little they have understanding, little better understanding of the Lord. And Uttam Adhikaris, they actually see that everything that exists is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And that when that kind of a this one is seen, so then it's a perfect vision of the Supreme Lord. And so then such devotional service is also like of a great value. So yesterday, like we were this one giving the class on Govardhan Leela, and in that Krishna actually is talking to Nanda Maharaj, and he's asking this particular thing that why is this Indra Puja has been celebrated, what is its background and things like that or not. And then when Nand Maharaj doesn't respond, so he's telling that, you see, like, you should not have any secrets. So great personalities, they don't have any secrets to keep. And even somebody is not very great, you should not keep secrets with the family members. So then he mentions that why I'm asking is because many times people actually perform some sacrifice, some procedures without knowledge of what it is. And he explains that if it is performed without knowledge, so then the result is no, you will not get the result of that particular sacrifice. But if you perform it with knowledge, so then you get the result of, like, no, you get the perfect result of that particular activity. So this knowledge or the prajna aspect is also very, very important. So without proper knowledge of the Supreme Lord, if somebody executes devotional service, so the effect of it is lesser than with proper understanding of who the Lord is, and like all the with proper knowledge, when somebody executes devotional service, so the result is much, much better. So like when initially when somebody starts executing devotional service, the knowledge is less, and because of lack of knowledge, there is a lot of offenses are also there. And then when they start practicing devotional service regularly, so then slowly, slowly knowledge arises. And keeping this knowledge as investment, and further, when a devotee engages in devotional service, then he gets much more, like, traction, so much more advancement he is able to make. So it is very, very important to understand that who is that Lord whom we are trying to render service to. So he is the controller, no Bhoktaram Ignatapasham, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. No, he is the master of everything. No, he is the enjoyer of everything. And he is the best well-wishing friend of all living entities. And even more better understanding is, he is the master of, like, Lakshmi Devi or Sita Devi. And he is the master of Lakshmana, who's also Supreme Personality of Godhead and who's having everything under his control. And he is the boss of all the bosses. So like that. So it is very, very important to have this kind of an understanding, right? So otherwise, when people execute devotional service without this proper understanding, when there is a problem, they think that, oh, like, maybe Lord will not be able to solve this problem. I have to reduce my devotional service and I have to handle the problem, and then, like, I may be able to handle it. So, but one thing which I am keep on often reiterating to myself, and which is nicely mentioned in the next shloka, so which is in connection with this also, that all the problems of the world can be solved just by listening to the holy name. So like just by audibly, like, chanting and listening to the holy name, all the problems of the world can be solved. So when we are disturbed in our devotional service, that this particular thing has to be done, that has to be done, or this problem is there, it has to be solved. So like we have to tell to ourselves that all problems can be solved just by carefully focusing on the holy names of the Lord. And we see Hanumanji, what he is actually doing. A host of Gandharvas is always engaged in chanting the glories of Lord Ramachandra. That chanting is always extremely auspicious. So Punya Shravana Kirtana. No. And Hanumanji and Ashti Sena, the chief person in Kimpurusha Varsha, constantly hear those glories with complete attention. Hanuman chants the following mantras. So he chants, like, further whatever mantras are coming. Hanumanji is chanting. So here we see that there is a facility for constant chanting of the glories of the Lord. And so the chief people who are existing, so they are engaged in constantly hearing those glories with complete attention. So this is very, very amazing aspect. So like it is mentioned that the constant glories is chanted, and that chanting is always extremely auspicious. So we have in Srimad Bhagavatam this wonderful shloka that Shranvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidunoti surutsatam. So like it is very, very auspicious. So like the Lord Himself is being called as Pavitram, and then like um, What is that shloka? Pavitram. Param Brahma, Param Dhama. No, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam, Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. So what does Prabhupada say? Purusham Shashvatam Adyam. So Prabhupada often he quotes that shloka like that. So, anyways, so this Divyam and this Pavitram and this Punya Shravana. So these are all some things very important to note. So the Lord's holy name or the Lord Himself is completely beyond the material purview or material modes of material nature. So that is why he's called as Divyam. And he is also, this is a very elaborate thing, which is discussed in the seventh canto, beginning of seventh canto. So this establishment of Janma Karma Chame Divyam, or the establishment of the Lord being, like above all the material nature. So that is nicely described in the beginning of the seventh canto, so that both the demigods and the demons, they actually fight often, because of some property issue, and then the Lord comes and gets involved in material property issue and sorts it out, and then kills one party and then gives the property to another party and things like that. So then Parikshit Maharaj actually asks, why does the Lord actually get involved in such material transactions? He is supposed to be transcendental, and why is he getting involved in such material transactions? So then, Shukadeva Goswami actually, very categorically explains and concludes that Lord is not partial, Lord is not affected by the material modes of nature. The Lord is always transcendental. So that is very, we see that all these different aspects which are glorified, about the Lord is elaborately described in various pastimes, through various pastimes, and like appropriate questions are put. Okay, like, no, you are telling Lord is Divyam. How is he Divyam? No, he is not seeming to be Divyam. So then it is sufficiently and like satisfactorily dealt with, that particular quality. So, and Pavitram, Pavitram, Divyam, all these things actually pertaining to this thing. What is contamination? Contamination means like, engagement of like senses and sense objects is contamination. So engage, anything apart from devotional service to the Lord is considered to be contamination. And if it is auspicious or if it is pure, like how do we actually purify any object? No, Om Apavitro Pavitrova Sarva Vastam Gatopiva Yat Maret Pundarikaksham Sa Bahya Abhayantara Suchihi. So the remembrance of the Supreme Lord so makes everything auspicious. So like if you see anywhere you put a drop of sense gratification into a system, so then it is the source of all the contamination, so that can create all the contaminations. And anywhere you put a drop of remembrance of the Supreme Lord, so then that becomes the source of all purity. So purity means like to have a proper vision of what exists. So what exists is the Lord exists and his energies are existing. So like the Vishnu Purana shloka which says Ekadesha Stita Shakni Jyotsna Vistarina Yata Parasya Brahmana Shakti Itedam Akilam Jagat. So just like the Lord exists and his energies are existing simultaneously, so how we cannot have an experience of heat and light without fire, in the same way we cannot have an experience of anything in this world without the existence of the Lord. So Lord's existence is mandatory, in order for other things to exist. So, but at this point in time, we have a contaminated vision where we are able to see only heat and light, and we are not able to see the fire. So fire तो like इतना अच्छे से जल रहा है no, but then still we are our vision is such a specialized vision कि like only heat and light दिखता है और fire नहीं दिखता है. And so and then एक और चीज भी दिखता है कि like heat and light is there. इसके मतलब क्या है, like I am the origin of the heat and light. So मेरे से निकला है सब. क्यों निकला है? मेरा sense gratification के लिए निकला है. So and then so that is what we are able to see, perceive, and practically deal with. So the fire, though it is the prominent component, and it is not like the comparison is that the Lord is the vibhum. The Lord is enormously great, personality, and all of his energies put together. Still, the Lord is much greater than all of his energies. And so like, and then he is what is it? Param Dhama. No, he's the resting place of all his energies. So इसके मतलब समझ सकते हैं कि like fire कितना बड़ा है and heat and light कितना बड़ा है. So like he's the resting place. He is the like source of everything. But still we have got this defective vision. So we are not able to see things clearly. We are able to see only portion of reality. That is only the energies of the Lord, and that is called contamination. So purity means to see everything in connection with the Supreme Lord. So that is purity. And when the Lord's pastimes are glorified, they are extremely auspicious and pious. So can there be recitation of the names of the Lord, so but it is not auspicious? ऐसा हो सकता है? No. So like we need to check that what is it in the this one there is Sahajas and other people, they also recite the pastimes of the Lord, but with like what is it with the kind of concocted version of this one. So I always remember like in somebody's house I saw that Krishna is sitting on top of cow. So there is like, if you ask AI, like, no, I want Krishna, cows, and Vrindavan, and it will just put in it something, and then it will give you. So, and I saw this particular picture, and from then time, like, it is constantly like, whenever I think of, I just get reminded of that. So recently, like, I was reading in Ramayana. So, like, this one, our Bharata had come back, from his relatives' home he had been to, and then he had come back, and so mother's place, basically mother's father's place, he had gone. And when he came back, he was given an urgent message that he should come back immediately, and he was not given any detail like why he is supposed to come back. And when he comes back, he sees that, he learns that the father has passed away and brother has gone to the forest. And so like he sufficiently chastises Kaikeyi for whatever mischief that she has done. And then after that, he goes to meet Kausalya. So when he meets Kausalya, like she's not she is thinking that this guy only plotted everything. So because of he wanted to rule the kingdom, that's why all these things happen. And she doesn't want to like meet him and things like that and all. So that time, just to convince Kausalya, so Bharata on whole chapter is he's actually cursing whoever has given permission or whoever has given consent for Lord Rama to go to forest, so may he go to hell. So that he is mentioning in different ways. So like in every shloka is this only, like so like so in that two different shlokas it came. So one shloka it came that whoever has given consent for Lord Rama to go to forest, so may he touch the cow with his feet. So that is considered to be a sin, matlab narak mein chale jao. So like, and then another shloka it comes, so whoever given consent for Lord Rama to go to the forest, so may he kick a cow, like that. So this is kicking a cow or touching the cow with the feet. This is all like sin. And how can like Gopal, he can sit on top of the cow? No, it is not possible. वो तो हो नहीं सकते. So it is very important to see that even though like devotional elements may be there, if it is wrongly mixed, which brings about offensive this one conclusions, then it can actually create inauspiciousness in the way that we will be taken away from Krishna consciousness due to the offense that is there. So it depends on the seriousness of the offense also, and how serious it is. So in terms of like we see that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's this one, so when Krishna is blasphemed or the mission is blasphemed, so but they have taken many times names of Krishna. So like he would appreciate that article, because many occurrences of names of Krishna is there, because common people if they take the names of Krishna, so they will make advancement. But in terms of when we are trying to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, when we want to attain exclusive shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, so then an offensive conception of the Supreme Lord is not very conducive for our advancement. So we need to avoid the offenses. So that is when a sadhaka will be able to progress in an auspicious way. And so it is Punya Shravana, it's extremely auspicious. So the glories of the Lord is very, very auspicious. So yesterday, like many other devotees from many centers had come also, like for Govardhan Puja yesterday. And so we were just before starting, so we were just trying to give an understanding of. So this Govardhan Leela, to like hundreds of times we would have heard. So, but still, know why we need to hear. So even when Parikshit Maharaj is asked about in the ninth canto when Lord Ramachandra's pastimes come, so the same thing is being mentioned that you have heard about Lord Ramachandra hundreds of times, no? So, but still, I will speak about him. So, like that, no. So Shukadeva Goswami speaks. So it is that we take the same kind of rice every day, no, and then it is not that कि कल मैं rice खाया तो like आगे से rice नहीं खाऊंगा तो मर जाएंगे फिर. So like जीने के लिए हमको rice चाहिए, no. So जीने के लिए हमको grains चाहिए. In the same way, like in Krishna consciousness, to survive and to keep ourselves nourished and to grow, we need to have these authentic descriptions of the Supreme Lord. And when we hear these authentic descriptions of the Supreme Lord, so that actually nourishes us. No, it is not about like a story like why does films they don't what is that forever, like they don't live. After some time it just fades off. So, but even now, films about Lord Rama and like Mahabharata and things like that are very fresh, and people are not able to understand कि ये क्यों fresh है. No, लोग इसको क्यों बार-बार देख रहे हैं. So, because it has an ingredient in first canto Srimad Bhagavatam, in one place, Prabhupada mentions, because they have this preservative. No, I don't exactly remember the phrase. Like if anybody remembers, can remember means mentioned here. So it is like because it is preserved, this histories of the world which is recorded, which is added with the preservatives of the pastimes of the Lord. So they are like all the time fresh. But those narrations which doesn't have the glorification of the Supreme Lord, after some time they'll become stale. So we need to have different books. ये story तो मैं पहले सुन लिया, like इसको कितना बार देखेंगे and things like that. So all those things comes. But then when the pastimes of the Supreme Lord is there, so they are life-giving factor, and they are they sustain. Like even we see that this principle that we saw, that all tracts of land there is devotional service is there. All processes has like karma, jnana, yoga, everything has devotional service as a component. And now we see when you add devotional service or when you add descriptions of the Lord in a literature, so then that literature actually survives. If you don't have, if a particular literature doesn't have the glorification of the Lord, then the literature actually dies. वो already dead body है. थोड़े दिन के लिए like लगता है कि like जीवित है, and after some time it is declared dead. So in that way we see that anywhere there is glorification of the Supreme Lord is there, then there is life. If there is glorification of Supreme Lord is not there, so then it is like there is no life at all in this one. So it is extremely auspicious. The chanting of the names of the Lord or chanting of the glories of the Lord is extremely auspicious. So because it nourishes the devotee and it actually facilitates his growth in Krishna consciousness. And it doesn't need to be like newer and newer things. It can be very same thing. We can even have only one chapter of Bhagavatam or like just only one purport of Bhagavatam, and which is we need to have the hearing time. We need to engage in a pure, authentic descriptions of the glorification of the Lord. And even if we have a portion, a fragment of like Bhaktivedanta purport or shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we keep reciting them, so that that itself is sufficient. That is Punya Shravana, because it is authentic subject matter which is in connection with the Supreme Lord. So that is sufficient to be engaged in. And so Hanumanji and Ashti Sena, so they both are hearing about the glories of Lord Ramachandra. So these people, they actually saw the live movie along with Lord Ramachandra. And even for ages and ages, they are hearing about the glories of Lord Ramachandra. So this is like, no, nice, this one. No, what to speak of somebody who has heard, no, which is written in books. No, they actually saw the live show. So even after that, they are hearing. So that means, no, it is ever fresh actually. So then, they are, one nice another aspect is mentioned. So they constantly hear those glories with complete attention. So this is also very, very nice, that we find it quite difficult. So yesterday we were, myself and Sumandapu, we were discussing, one aspect that, so in fact, the topic came from, this one, our, Dinamandubu had gone to home. So, and the parents, asked a very $1 million question. बुढ़ापा में like कौन देखभाल करेगा तुमको? That's a very important question actually. So, and no, in the discussion, so about that we were discussing, there's a very, very important question every brahmachari should seriously think of. So if grahastha ke liye, like no, there is, what is it, family members will be there, bank balance will be there. So at least family members are not there, like somebody, they can pay some money to some old age home, and somebody will come and very nicely take care. And at least hospital mein, like jab tak पैसा खत्म नहीं होता और इंश्योरेंस खत्म नहीं होता, लाइक कोई ना कोई रहेंगे देखभाल करने के लिए. So but like what happens to the renunciants, and Subhanubhu was mentioning, he was there personally serving Bhakti Nityananda Maharaj in his last days. So that time, he was sharing his practical experience, that another person was, like another old man was, suffering, and he was there in the hospital, and Maharaj is also there. And so that person had some children. They would come once in a day, they will come and they will see and go, and throughout the day he is suffering with pain and things like that. And then एक दिन पता चला कि like उसका इंश्योरेंस का पूरा पैसा खत्म हो गया. तो चिल्ड्रन टोल्ड दैट कि लाइक अभी काफी है, इससे ज्यादा कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं, इसको घर भेज दो, लाइक खत्म करेंगे. So and so then like on the other room, this Maharaj is there, and Subhanubhu and one more devotee were traveling with Maharaj, like both of them were attending to Maharaj. So and so his realization is that if you like get attached to the holy name and Bhagavatam, so even unknown people will come and serve you. But if you are not attached to the holy name and Bhagavatam, even relatives also like, no, paisa khatam ho gaya, like, theek hai, isko khatam karo, isko treatment, iska budget khatam ho gaya, isse zyada isko upar nahi la sakta hai. So in that way, like, it's mentioning that even when we are executing our daily devotional service, so if we are doing it in a proper way, we will actually feel a sense of like sense of nourishment, sense of fulfillment in the heart. So that is that we can actually see. But then if if we are not doing it attentively, and if we are not doing the devotional service with proper the proper way it is supposed to be performed, so then we may not get that sufficient nourishment, we will not get that satisfaction in executing that particular devotional service. So it is something that I was just mentioning to myself, that now temple construction is happening, and then we need to have sufficient fund balance to keep the construction on. Otherwise, like, we'll have to pause the construction. And once construction is paused, it is quite difficult to again like start it in the same pace as it goes. So like now the contractor and all these people, they have a confidence ki like, theek hai, idhar se paisa aate rahega, like we'll keep on putting the flow. And so when they have this kind of this one disruption and things like that, next time sochenge like, theek hai, like they may want more labors, but then इनका इतना capacity नहीं है continue करने के लिए, थोड़ा सा कुछ लोगों को भेज के like कुछ तो काम करेंगे, and so it will not work out, like even for them it will not work out. So like, and also we see that two buildings are there, so front building and back building. So if you put a roof here, and after is idhar se roof ka like shuttering materials if you remove, and you have to put it in the next roof here, and then next roof here, next roof here, next roof here. So then it becomes quite optimized, and the cost actually reduces. So if construction goes slow, we will have to spend 2x of the money. If the construction goes fast, then we will have to spend 50% of the Lakshmi, like we can finish. So all these things keeps running in the mind ki like no. So we should not pause the construction, and so in order not to pause the construction, we have to pump in a lot of Lakshmi. Then it will finish in like half the price actually. So what we can finish in 15 crores, we can finish in 10 crores also. So that is how this game actually goes, and this game is constantly running in the mind, and how to actually meet that, and many other optimizations have to be done and things like that. So when I sit for chanting, I keep telling that no problems are too many are there, but all problems can be solved by hearing the names of the Lord. you know. So like I try to bring my focus back to the holy name. So it is quite challenging, quite because it is on the razor's edge actually. So like we have to do a lot of firefighting on the ground. So but so if devotees all do more Ekadashi Sankalpa, like then I can chant peacefully. I can chant with attention. Anyways, okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Huh? Okay. Questions or sharing? Huh? Huh? We have time till 9:30. Yeah? Oh, okay. So there, I have in temple land we have this schedule na 8 to 9 is prasadam, तो clock set हो गया था. ठीक है. 8 o'clock we depart for this. Sorry, 8 to 9 class है उधर. 8 to 9 class. Sorry. 7:30 to 8 is. ठीक है. So devotees can share and take up. Yes.
Thank you. So, in third canto, when Varahadeva's past name comes, it was said that first Varahadev killed the demon and then he rescued Bhumi. But here it is said opposite. First he rescued Bhumi Devi, or I said opposite. In third canto, first Bhumi Devi was rescued and the demon was killed. Here it is said reverse.
Then you lifted me. Okay. I don't know. I have not studied that in detail.
I remember the demon was cursing Varahadev and Varahadev could wait until that.
Yeah. ठीक है.
Yes. So in these different varshas, Guru Varsha, Bharat Varsha, Guru Varsha. So in these different deities or different forms of the Lord are worshipped by some specific devotees. So whenever we are talking about these avatars, different avatar, Varaha avatar, Vamana avatar, or many avatars, whom we also worship in this Bharat Varsha. So isn't it like these avatars were there in the different varshas?
It doesn't necessarily mean that. So the prominent devotees of that particular deity, so they actually reside there and they actually offer worship to that personality. So it doesn't mean that they will not have other deities at all in that place. So it is quite possible. So from Bharatavarsha itself we can see Bharatavarsha, like Narada Muni, so he worships Naranarayan Rishi. So but then all other incarnations are also worshipped here.
Which also says like these are the prominent ones, so everyone has worshipped this something that
The followers of that particular, see now if anybody is following that particular devotee in that land, so they will naturally have that form of worship. So it is not that they will have to worship them only. It is about even the devotees of the Lord also, like they will get a similar kind of an association. So they will. So it is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, as the yogis, when they quit their bodies, so they are given chance to actually resume back into the yoga process what they were doing. So in that way also, like in an advanced stage, when they are getting into a particular family, So it is a particular family of yogis or something like that. Means yogis means those who are making advancement in Krishna consciousness. So then, when the child is born there, so it is expected, that he is already like, made some advancement in the same line as the parents. So that is how like he, is happened to take birth over there. So generally, like it is like that.
These devotees are like belongs to like particular varsha.
Yeah, yeah. So particular Varsha means it is generally the inter Varsha transportation doesn't happen so much. So like somebody is there in a particular Varsha, they are there. So they don't so much of inter Varsha trans. Actually, in fact, this whole concept was not so much prevalent. Nowadays, we have this concept ki like this so much of transportation facility is there. So we kabhi idhar raha kabhi udhar raha, like, and things like that. So much of like एक week में like many places घूम के आ गए and things like that and all. So this generally like people go to Tirtha Yatra towards the end of the life, and general expectation is एक बार गया तो like ना वापस नहीं आएगा. So like not much of transportation was there. So why not much of transportation was there? So people who are the wandering people who would wander to different lands.
Nomadic tribes.
Huh?
Nomadic tribes.
Tribes then? हाँ?
Merchants.
मर्चेंट्स थोड़ा सा कलेक्ट करने के लिए renunciants, generally like this one, what is that, roaming means like it is the renunciants, so in fact in the Sanskrit book of that all of us took, so in that this one atati means like to wander. So like for that the sadhu only is put, actually sadhu or something was put, mendicant, so mendicant, is wandering, so like that. So in traditionally beggar, mendicant and all, attributing to sannyasis, not like beggar means like current day beggars. So traditionally like bhikshu means like he's a mendicant. So generally, like this kind of transportation is not so much like, or going to different places is not so much in place, in the Vedic system. So people generally used to stay in one place and they would execute their duties very nicely. And when they see that their jnana vairagya is sufficiently increased, then they may take into renunciation. And just to benefit people, so they would travel to various places like that.
This incarnation, different incarnations are like
Mhm.
he will take incarnate in different varshas, like Krishna.
Generally, whatever we have heard of is Bharatavarsha is the place where Lord incarnates often. So I have not heard of anything of this nature. Ki like Nashingadev appeared, probably in a different Varsha or some place. So, but otherwise, in generally, like whichever incarnation of the Lord we see, most of it happens in Bharatavarsha, actually. So I don't specifically remember of any other incarnations. Any other Varsha incarnations?
Varsha higher planetary system बोलते हैं.
Hmm?
The higher planetary system, like Vaman Deva appeared in higher planetary system.
Yeah. So generally in the various Varshas, we have not heard any this one. Gajendra, no, this one. So that was in a different Varsha actually. So the Lord appeared. It's not, we cannot say it as an incarnation, or pastime. He performed a, like, he stayed and performed a pastime. So, but he appeared in other Varshas also. So, but then, like, extremely enormous instances of like Lords appearing in Bharatavarsha is more actually. Many instances are there. Yes.
Thank you for the nice class. Rohit, I had this question. You mentioned sacrifice performed without knowledge gives different results than doing this sacrifice. Similarly, you mentioned about devotional service. So, with the knowledge of doing devotional service without the knowledge. But I remember in the NOD classes, you mentioned like example of the dog carrying the bird. So that unless of be performed without knowledge or without knowledge, so they are
It'll produce results, but at the same time, when we take it as a sadhana, so there are four things that are needed: no, shraddha, spriha, prajna, and kriya. Now, all of them must be pure, and then only we can expect the ultimate result of bhakti to actually occur. So, if there is any deficiency in these things, so then the ultimate result of bhakti, to occur is very difficult. And in the Kevala Bhakti, no, only in the Kevala Bhakti, exclusive devotional service, that exception is there. Where even if other things are not proper, the angas of bhakti itself will actually produce the ultimate result also. So, but for that, one has to be very intensely executing intensely executing the angas of bhakti. So the standard example given for that is of Dhruva Maharaj. So, but otherwise, these four aspects are necessary. So one should have proper Shraddha, know that Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Kruta Hai, and then one should perform the kriyas or the activities in itself, properly. So the chanting as an activity, it has to be done properly. The Shravanam as an activity, it has to be done properly. So all this activity itself, it has to be pure in nature. And then prajna is the understanding. So understanding of who the Lord is, and proper understanding of about the devotional service and the true nature of the process of devotional service. And then what is the other thing? Spriha, the desire. So desire also should be proper. So when all these things are in proper place, so for sadhana bhakti, we need to understand these four things must be there in proper place.
Who is the host of Gandharvas mentioned?
Ashtisena, so that is the thing that is mentioned. It's headed by Ashtisena. I don't know, in Ramayana, Ram Leela, he was there or not, but at least this host of Gandharvas led by the chief person Ashtisena. Yes.
In Bharatvarsha, we see we worship Nar Narayan, Vishnu, Narayana, but most of the other residents of Bharatvarsha are ignorant of this. Is it the similar case with other versions?
Here in Kali Yuga, we cannot actually come to a proper conclusion, because Kali Yuga is a time of ignorance, where it is all Devi Devata and this and that. Everything is actually prevalent. Maybe we can put this question that it is almost not existent only, like Narayana and Rishika worship. Actually, if you see, Naranarayan Rishi is worshipped by ascetics, who are completely given up, everything and things like that. So, what I had, I've not read this chapter, maybe 10 years back, I read, this particular thing. So, what I remember from that time is, so Bharatavarsha is a land of tapasya. Basically, here the principal deity is Naranarayan Rishi, and Narada Muni is also a tapasvi, who is actually worshipping Naranarayan Rishi. And so this one is the Bharatavarsha is meant for tapasya, basically. So, and when I was reading this particular section, I was in Vrindavan, and then our easy journey to other planets, that person is there, bones with only bones, and he's sitting. So literally, there was a poster in Vrindavan, tapas mein lag jao, MBA coaching center, like that. तो वो bones वाला साधु बैठ के meditate करता ना, उसको फोटो लगा के रखा है. So then I just kind of correlated, so that one ki India is a land of tapasya, कुछ भी करो tapasya करना ही है. Material life में भी तपस्या करेंगे, spiritual life में भी तपस्या करेंगे. So तपस्या तो करना ही पड़ेगा. So this is land tuned and made for tapasya. If you do anything else, you will be miserable in this place. Only if you do tapasya, you will be happy, because it's a land of tapasya. So these are all some of the my own derivations which I got at that time. So which stayed on in my mind for a long time. I don't know if it is proper derivations, but this my realizations at that when I was reading this particular section. Okay. Any other points devotees would share?
So this point is very good, that devotional service is a life act. Devotional service is not an acquired system. And another one that small problems of the world will be solvable just by focusing on that.
So, like even our own individual life, this I was deriving this thing for the concept of Sankirtan mission. So, Sankirtan mission means like the whole missionary activities is primarily based on Sankirtan, and if individually also, so devotees should see that they are chanting the names of the Lord, they are glorifying the Lord, and also they are doing the specific activity of Sankirtan which La Prabhupada wanted. So that is the book distribution. And collectively also, like there in Temple Land, we have few devotees who are fully enthusiastic for book distribution, and few devotees have health issues and like they cannot go out so often. So and so we have this one like if we have to be called as Sankirtan mission, so best of our resources should be engaged in Sankirtan activities, glorification of the Lord or missionary activities, and distributing books. And then other aspects should be there as a support structure, as a 5%, 10%, as a hona chahiye. So like now somebody is like cooking, and he should encourage the devotees, Sankirtan devotees. तो आप अच्छे से भगवान को ग्लोरीफाई कीजिए, अच्छे से बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कीजिए, तभी मेरा कुकिंग संकीर्तन बनेगा. If you don't do that activity, so then this will not become Sankirtan. So for this, I just give an example. I've given this example here also many times, that we have this shop and we do sales of books and paraphernalia and things like that. So, but if the sales income is more than 5% of the entire income of ISKCON, so then entire income of ISKCON will be put into income tax. So because ISKCON is a charitable organization and they're not supposed to conduct business, but they can conduct business if the income is less than 5%. So then even the business income is treated as charitable income, like it is income which is meant for charitable purposes. But if business income increases, so then beyond the 5%, so then even the other donations that we are getting, that will also be that will also come under income tax. So like in the same way, if the primary activity of ISKCON is glorification of the Supreme Lord, and if all the resources, all the facilities, all the energy is utilized for glorification of the Supreme Lord, so then other auxiliary activities like very essential activities, they are also devotional service like cooking and deity worship and things like that. They also will be considered as Sankirtan. So, but if these, if those activities becomes prominent, and then Sankirtan becomes less, so then like whichever activity is prominent, the rest of the activities also take the nature of that. So, in order to go back to Godhead in one lifetime, so one needs to have intense Sankirtan. So only Sankirtan is the only thing which can actually take us back to Godhead. So like Golokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtan, and then like Sankirtan has that kind of intense potency and capacity to take us back to Godhead. So that is why every opportunity that we get to glorify the Lord, we should glorify. We should chant the names of the Lord. We should speak about the Lord. We should distribute the recorded narrations about the Lord by the pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. So we should pass on that information to as many people as possible. So in the form of book distribution. So when this is the prominent activity, so then all other activities also takes on the form of Sankirtan, and all other activities also purifies as good as Sankirtan. So, but this, when I was like contemplating on this particular subject, so I was hearing one of the lecture of my Guru Maharaj there, like he was mentioning that in the initial days of Mayapur, so there was great difficulty, like nobody used to come and support and help and things like that. And so because everybody are there in the cities, and cities, a lot of action is happening. So, but in Mayapur, it's like remote village and no temple, nothing, like, and dacoits are there, and so many difficulties are there. And then any devotee would come, so they would also get mosquito bites, malaria, diarrhea, and things like that. They would run away, so they would not like stay back. So then, Maharaj had gone to Prabhupada and he asked, like, I need some support, to do activities, whatever you have told in Mayapur. So then, Prabhupada told, you name any person in ISKCON, you take him. but don't touch my book distributors. So like from there, I could get the priority and clarity with which Prabhupada was actually organizing the whole this one. So he was very, very clear that Sankirtan is the prime activity of ISKCON, and that should be the prime this one. And in fact, in the family business book, Vaishashi Kapoor also writes that when devotees started selling incense, and then later on Prabhupada's chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, they made into record, and other devotees also started singing, and they made into records, like only Hare Krishna mantra. So even that, Srila Prabhupada told, no, it will be better if you focus only on book distribution. We are not salesmen. No, we are not like, what is that, like selling, what is that, trying to increase our sales or something like that. No, book distribution is directly Sankirtan. Because of that, we are doing. No, otherwise, we don't have any interest in any business or anything like that. So in that way, like, so this priorities, like, very nicely it is clarified. When Sankirtan is the primary activity, so then all other activities also can be considered as Sankirtan. So management is Sankirtan, cooking is Sankirtan, deity worship is Sankirtan. All these things, for it to be called as Sankirtan, the primary activity of the mission must be Sankirtan, right? So no, that's why, like, we should see those devotees who are primarily deputed for Sankirtan. So we should, like, other devotees, like, I'm doing most of the time management. So like, my request is like, आप लोग अच्छे से संकीर्तन कीजिए ताकि मेरा मैनेजमेंट संकीर्तन बन जाएगा. नहीं तो like, so then overall effect is gone, no? So like that. Hare Krishna. Yes, other devotees can share points.
This point I like so much. Like anything apart from serving God is contamination. So if a Lord is not in the center and we are not like doing service to Lord, and everything else is like
So then, this one, karma, is it contamination or it's pure?
only karma without services.
No, proper karma with proper prescribed duties.
That is recommended by Lords.
So it has a little remembrance of Krishna, so it is little pure. No? So it is not completely pure, it is little pure. No, like impure, completely impure means adharma. And then dharma, along with devotional service, is little pure. And then exclusive devotional service is completely pure. No, so like that. So that way we should see that. Hare Krishna.
So it's a nice realization. Some of the players have shared that if one has developed attraction for Holy and Bhagavatam, even unknown people will do it. So same thing I was just contemplating that if everyone in the ashram will develop this, then people all around the world will help us to expand the preaching. That will be very, very nice.
Some unknown person will come and give home a house to make a center. So like that some unknown person come and do something. Yeah. Nice.
Thank you for such a wonderful class. At this point, daily we eat rice. We, not that I have to change something. So similarly, that it nourishes the body. Similarly, this Krishna Gita nourishes one spiritually. So the Krishna Gita is the same thing. We are hearing the same story, but that nourishes devotee nicely in the spiritual manner. So it's Krishna Gita is always fresh. Take any material aspects like books, movies. When there is no aspect of